Hey, it's Wisdom Wednesday again, and today I'm going to be talking about love money, money loves you. And this is a very, very, very important topic because it actually changed my life. It's based on a book called that Sarah McCrum, one of the most incredible women I have met, wrote. And I'm actually going to be doing a spin today that is focusing on high achieving perfectionist women. So the first thing you want to understand about money is that as a high achiever and a perfectionist, you probably have heard or learned that it's important to work hard. It's important to cross all the dots, to be super driven, to, have that kind of no pain, no gain attitude, all about the hustle, because you don't trust that things would work if you relax. And that's the old way. I used to believe that. And trust me, the only thing it gets you is burnout. What she talks about and what I started implementing and I saw results was that in order to truly have an abundance of money, there are three things that we get to master. The first is relaxation. Relax. The second is enjoyment, tuning into joy. And the third is love. And the reason for this is that if you are stressed instead of relaxed, frustrated instead of joyful, and discontent instead of in the energy of love and appreciation, then what is happening is that you in the exact opposite energy and frequency that you would be when you achieve or get what it is that you want. And as this is a frequency game, you will receive what it is that you are prepared to become vibrationally. Therefore, it is extremely important every day, as often as possible, to be in the energy of relaxation. So when people say things like, oh, I don't have time to relax, I don't have time to sleep, for example, or I will be happy when, so they're delaying their joy, or that's not right. As perfectionists and high achievers, we're very good at seeing what's not working so we can fix it. That is actually sabotaging your success. So yes, I'm not saying you wouldn't succeed, but you're just making it much, much more difficult for yourself. The second thing is when we talk about I want money or I need money, what you want to understand is that money is responding not to your words, or the energy of money is responding not to your words. It's responding to your vibration. When you are saying I want and I need, I think you would agree with me that if you want something, it means you don't have it. If you need something, then you're more conscious of the scarcity of it than of the presence of it. And so she has this beautiful example that says, if you need money, then money will provide more bills for you to pay. If you want money, money will provide many opportunities for you to see things that you can't afford so you can keep wanting. So you may be asking, okay, great. How is it that I communicate my needs or my desires in a way that is on the frequency that money can deliver the money to me? And it's really basically about speaking it into existence with confidence. So for example, instead of saying, I want money, you can say, oh my goodness, I love that beautiful coat and I'm going to have it. Or instead of saying, oh gosh, I really, really want to generate X amount of money for my business this year, you can say, my business is going to generate $1 million this year. I am not saying that because you have declared that your business is going to generate $1 million, automatically it is the case. However, it's important as we work on strategy and as we take appropriate action, we remember that our state is extremely important, right? Because if we only work on strategy and we forget about state, it's basically us making life much more difficult for ourselves than we need to. And if you make life difficult for yourself, You'll be tired, you'll be exhausted, you'll be stressed, you'll be discontent, and there'll be no joy. And the energy of money is relaxation, enjoyment, and love. Now, the third thing I want to say is that our ability to receive is extremely linked to the value that we place on ourselves. So there's a section of the book where she talks about how what you're going to pay for something is determined by two things. One, how much you value yourself, and two, how much you value the thing that you're going to pay for. And so I'm talking to you entrepreneurs or even corporate women who have salaries and negotiating salaries. If you are offering a service, and let's even assume you know you're really good at what you do, you're very clear about that, awesome, the value is there, you see value in that. But subconsciously or consciously, you feel like an imposter, you feel you're not good enough, then you have a low appreciation of your own value. This will limit your ability to negotiate your worth and to actually receive it. So it's very, very important that if money is important to you and you want to have lots of it, you work not only on creating value so that you can receive the money, but you also work on your understanding and deep belief of your own value. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table. As simple as that. If you do not have time, energy, money, any resources to invest in yourself and your self-belief and your value, then you will not be able to ask for one, to receive the amounts that are totally your birthright, should you choose to raise your hand and get them. The fourth point I want to make, and this is the last point for today, is really focusing on perfectionism. Many high-achieving women are perfectionists. And I used to pride myself saying, oh, I'm a perfectionist, and now I know better. And I found this out from a lady called Brené Brown, and she said perfectionism is actually underpinned by shame. Because when we're perfectionists, what's happening is that we're avoiding criticism at all costs because it's so uncomfortable. There is an deep feeling that we are not enough. In fact, if you go further, that we are wrong. And if you already feel wrong, and if you already feel not enough, then what you will do is you will compensate. You will do everything possible for that not to be brought to light. And so you hide away in shame. And if shame is something that is in your energetic signature, so if you're a perfectionist, then you get to do that work to understand what's going on there, you will agree that that is the absolute opposite of love. Because where there is shame, there's a lack of self-love and acceptance. And remember that money is a frequency game. And in order to truly receive, enjoy, just be with money comfortably, relaxation, enjoyment, and love. So if you are a perfectionist and it is so uncomfortable for you to receive criticism because what you're hearing is not, oh, that could be done better, or that is not exactly what I asked for, or that is really absolutely not what I want. What you're hearing is you are not enough. You are unworthy. You are wrong. If that is what you're hearing, then there's some shame that simply gets to be shifted. The antidote for shame is love. Self-love, self-acceptance. And if you can, it's very important that you get someone to support you in this process of holding space so you can bring this to light. I've seen so many people shift, let go of very deep things they felt shame around. And once they did that, things started to shift for them in terms of money, in terms of relationships. Because the little secret about money is your relationship with money in some way reflects your relationship with life. and other people. So I'm just going to leave that there today. But what I really want to say is this. If you really want to be incredibly wealthy and you do not want to burn out trying to be a wealthy person, then you want to focus as much on your state of being as on your strategy. In fact, I would say that if you want to come from the quantum aspect, really manifesting and creating things at a speed that many people can't even understand, then this and this is where you get to really tune into. Because when those shift, everything just seems to shift at such an incredible speed. So remember this: relaxation, enjoyment, and love. And if there's anything that you remember from this, I want you to know you are worthy, you are the prize, you are loved. I'd love to hear your comments. What stood out for you today? What was it that you thought, oh, I simply get to start this or stop this? Because your life is simply the result of the habits that you form and you have. So what will you start doing today?